We make some effort to try to connect the parents with the runaways.
Sometimes it's hard, like when it rains, it gets cold, and sometimes there's bad times, but there's good times as well.
My mom went to cycle once a year. Once a year I got kicked out from the village for like 15, so I actually once a year she just looked out and like, you have to be.
Well, we've been involved with the gatherings since they started in 1972 to some extent, but it wasn't until 1997 that we actually formed a formal incident management team that can go out to deal with the impacts of the national gatherings.
But most of it's a choice, man. I'm going to live like this.
They chose the location with an area with very extreme fire danger, of a lot of beetle-killed trees in and around the campsites. So should a fire happen, which is common in this area at this time of the year, there's a lot of lightning that comes through. Should something like that happen, our ability to evacuate them safely is severely compromised.
They want to be emancipated, then go for it, you know, but a lot of these parents, they kick their kids out, and then they know what's up, they know their kids on the street and shit, and then like, as soon as they, say you try to get emancipated, the parent gets all pushy, and like you said, it might hurt your mom or whatever, but they won't let you live at home.
These people are getting sicker and sicker of the system. They're getting sicker and sicker of having to work for a living.
This cop gave this to me after he arrested me 17 times before I turned 18. And they knew I was a kid. They never tried to send me home.
Everything I own is in my bag right here, and I carry it everywhere. But
I don't know. I think that it depends on what the kid wants to do and like the parents. Don't you have to have the parents' permission to be emancipated?
Some people come and go from the parking lot. Like, a lot of times when I meet kids that first come to Venice, I try to help them get on their feet because, like, I'm hungry, I don't have blankets, I need clothes. I tell them where everything is. I let them crash my spot, I give them blankets. And try to get to know them.
They're running from something, obviously, and something's broken, so they'll come pretty much the same reasons that kids left home 20, 30 years ago. A lot of problems with kids that are out here now is their parents are alcoholics or drug addicts, and they couldn't stand the environment and they left home. Or they were in jail, one or two of them, or both of them.
So it wasn't a choice that they came out here, it was kind of like they had to.
They didn't have anywhere else to go, and this is a mecca kind of for homelessness, I guess. But as far as the kids, I don't know what the solution is, because it's the same situation I was in when I was a kid. You're in an environment that's abusive or whatever, if you want to get out of it, it's too strict. It was never an issue with me as far as emancipation or anything like that. But back then, they didn't really enforce it that much, because I hitchhiked all over Southern California when I was 15 and a half years old. No cops never harassed me once.
To connect the parents with the runaways might be at the gathering site, and they do make some effort to seek out the runaways and connect them back with their family.
Well, my first year I came in not really knowing what I was doing or what I wanted to do.
I didn't know what to expect.
It was completely different for me.
The more I thought about it, the more it really did sound like a lot of fun.
To say the least, I've probably been enlightened a little bit.
I wish I could do it all year. I love it.
This is the funnest summer I've ever had in my life.
It was an incredible experience.
This pretty much is my ideal job.
I love it. It's really hard dealing with people that are so different from you, that aren't like any of your friends at home.
And out here, it's just an amalgam of people.
It's not just a job, it's also a community. So you build really good friendships with everybody.
We do everything from checking guests in at the contact station to cleaning the bathrooms, mowing the lawns, landscaping.
Fix the retaining wall, the sidewalk on the retaining wall.
Brush clearing.
Building a switchback trail down Ball Mountain Dam.
Before I joined the U.S.A, I could not cook.
Half these tools I've never seen before.
I couldn't build a fire.
Building a bridge at Lake Shaftesbury State Park that's 60 feet long.
To put another section of 24 feet of stairway here.
Right now we're building a rock staircase, combination of check steps and rock steps.
You're working with a lot of people that you normally wouldn't talk to or work with.
Living with people 24/7 is just so different. I think I learned a lot about myself and about living with other people.
We spend 20 minutes a day with the word journal. After we do our reading in the morning of our article, we'll spend another 20 minutes after lunch discussing it and either doing an activity or just having a round-robin discussion And then from that, we also give them another 20 minutes to write in the journal. Some of our core members that are, when it comes to discussion, are extremely quiet, but when we go back at the end of the week and read their journals, it's excellent. So trying to give them a balance of ways to express themselves.
Who is someone different that you admire that broke the mold?
I'm normally probably an outcast. I think he's making the point that we can all be equal in spite of our differences or because of our differences.
And the things that we learned here, you take into it, you incorporate it into your everyday life.
Some people can't discuss this as well as others verbally, and they may be able to write it out and really get their feelings out. We also use journaling as a good time for them to touch base with us crew leaders. We might leave an open-ended question such as, how was your day, and is anything bothering you? So it's a good time for them to communicate with us but not have to approach us directly.
I can take charge and know what's going on in most any situation.
And it brings people together, people that you would see on the street and you would never imagine that you would get to know that person.
I don't get this anywhere else.
Definitely made me a different person.
We don't function just as individuals in a group.
From the second you get here to the second you leave, you become best friends, and that sticks with you for life.
Most of what you learn here you're going to use.
All the experiences I've learned here are definitely going to carry. I hope they carry on much further into my life.
I'm amazed with myself, and I'm amazed with the change of everybody else. It's just been remarkable. It really has been.
If I picked one highlight, it would have been our last full work day. We worked until 7 o'clock at night, and everybody was just rallying. Nobody wanted to go back until everything's completely done.
The philosophy of the VYCC is we take small, diverse groups of individuals, we put them with really strong, experienced leadership teams, and send them out all over the state of Vermont to do high-quality conservation projects. Taking all those ingredients together, mixing it up, we get this magical concoction where this experience changes lives. And our goal as an organization is for folks to understand the mission of the VYCC, and so that they can walk away from this having learned how to take personal responsibility for all their actions.
One of what I think is the greatest institutions in Vermont for kids.